Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we are back. First show of the new year. We have some things to talk about. There's not much news
going on.
Yeah, not a lot. But we will we'll do our best. Okay, first up and checked out. I watched some of Skeleton Crew. This is the Disney Plus Star Wars series, an actual Star Wars series for kids. I like it. Like it's a cute series. It feels very 80s, like where I feel like Star Wars should kind of live in a lot of ways. They do more animatronics than CGI. Actually, I don't know that there's much CGI in the show at all. It's about this little boy and his friend. He's a human, and his friend is like a blue elephant like character. Kind of looks like one of the trumpet players from Mos Eisley, like in the original. And they live on this one planet, and their lives are just like they're just kids, right? And they go to school or whatever. And they're about to take this sort of end of year exam, and like somehow they stumble upon the one kid. He stumbles upon this what he thinks is like maybe a Jedi temple, like that's buried underground. And so he like gets late for school, and he's like looking at it and like trying to check it out and figure out what it is. And some other kids kind of see him doing it. This little girl, these other two little girls. And eventually, blah, 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 things happen. They end up opening it, these four kids, and they end up opening it. It's actually a starship that sort of crash landed quite some time ago. And they get in it, and it fucking just takes off and takes them into space. And then so they go on an adventure. And there's like sort of space pirates that they interact with and everything else. But it feels very 80s, like the characters with, alien heads and shit. It's all like animatronic heads and shit like that. So it all feels authentic to the series. And it's just good. Like if you have kids and they're like even remotely interested in Star Wars, it feels like a good series for them to get into. I've only seen a couple of episodes, but yeah, like I'm sort of watching it in the background while I'm working because I'm not that concerned about how it ties into the larger lore. But yeah, it's a good series. I think they've done a pretty good job with it so far. So I would recommend it if you have kids. Micah, you watched Sonic 3. How many times?
I watched a couple things. Because I'm a good spouse, I watched every single episode of Abbott Elementary.
That's a good show.
In order to get my wife to watch Severance.
Wait, you hadn't watched it before?
That's your fucking deal. That's hilarious.
Wait, so you hadn't watched Abbott Elementary prior?
I had seen like clips here and there, right? And if I go up, no, because you know why? Because I'm recording. It comes on when we're recording. And I never went back to it because it's like, all right, it's like a half-hour comedy. Like it's nothing like I need to sit down. I don't need the lore of the Abbott Elementary, but she was like, "Oh, you should watch it to get ready for the It's Always Sunny crossover." And so I watched it, and it's a good show. It's a very good show. I say all that to say that my wife did keep her word, and she is up there watching Severance right now.
Okay, how many episodes in is she?
She's 3 episodes in.
Does she like it?
So she says she does, but she's not like, into it.
Ain't all in.
You know what I mean?
Like, I didn't really like it all that much. I watched it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's kind of how she is. She's watching,
but she's got to keep the fucking word.
You got to finish it.
But you better keep your word because that's what relationships are based on. Trust. You had me sitting here watching 4.5 seasons of Abbott Elementary.
Right, yeah, like it's like 10 episodes.
Every episode, that's a lot, nigga. Goddamn.
Yeah, every single episode. That's what I watched over the break. And but no, it's a good show. It's a real good show. I mainly did it because
it's a fun watch.
I said I would. It is a fun watch, and I want to support Quinta Brunson, even though she is from Philadelphia, which we can't all be perfect. you know, Bill Cosby's from Philadelphia also. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So don't have pride, Philly.
Don't.
But yeah, it's a good
Claus, and they're like,
right. Like, come on, yo, your mascot is what is your mascot is what Andy would look like if he was irradiated with gamma rays. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he would tell you. That's what he would. That's not offensive.
But yeah, it's a good show. I also watched the Sonic the Hedgehog trilogy. I watched. I actually sat down and watched the first Sonic the Hedgehog, and then me and my son watched the second one to prepare ourselves for the return of the king of the Sonic franchise. That is Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
The return.
And you know what? These movies aren't bad, and they get better with each movie. So that's that's not all I could ask for, but I was entertained. Sonic 3 curbs some of the human characters and focuses more on the big three and Shadow. Sonic is actually a well-developed character. Shadow is also a very well-developed character. I can't. I know,
like this is a wild sentence. It only took 30 years for it to happen, right?
Right, but they do give him the blicky. They do give him the blicky in the movie, and he shoots it like he's busting off at Sonic. Yo, like he's on a motorcycle at one point, like, and Sonic is chasing him, and he's just like pow 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 pow. I was like, oh, all right, like they're not fooling around. Shadow has a very like dark, sympathetic story, which is I actually like the movie. Yo, like I can't believe I'm saying this shit. I actually like the movie, and Jim Carrey was being Jim Carrey. His character was finally like really fleshed out and fully developed. And
doesn't he play two versions?
He plays like a grandfather or some shit. He plays two versions of Dr. Eggman or like Dr. Robotnik, right?
Yeah, he plays Robotnik and he plays Robotnik's grandfather. And they call it out in the movie, which is like kind of weird, but yeah, Jim Carrey is being goofy, man. And like, there's something about Jim Carrey being super goofy that like hits me in the nostalgia. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he has a dance sequence with himself, playing to a Tribe Called Quest song. And it's just,
wait, which Tribe Called Quest song?
I can't remember the name of it. Dun, 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 don't look back. That song. I can't remember the name of it.
No, I don't know the name of it.
But it's wild, yo. It's wild. And they set it up for Sonic 4, and now my son won't bother me about Sonic 4 because he's like, "Oh, are we gonna see Sonic 4 next week?" I'm like, no, Sonic 4 is not. Sonic 4 is not out yet. Sonic 4 is not out yet. And he's like, who Silver's going to be in Sonic 5? And I'm like, yo, what do you know? First of all,
5?
Where are you getting this?
I don't even know what the fuck Silver is.
Right. One, that's not been greenlit. I think I would know. Shut up.
Right. And he's like, Silver's going to be in it. I'm like, you don't know who Silver the Hedgehog is? Because I barely know who Silver the Hedgehog is. Get out of here. Rebecca told you. Well, Rebecca don't know nothing. She don't know what she's talking about. Get out of here, man. I've been podcasting for 12 years. You taking advice from Rebecca? Get out of here.
Dad, here's a new show. Have you watched it? I'm a professional. All right. Get out of here. Don't talk to me. That's hilarious. I don't know who Silver is. I have to say your son is up on that up on me on that.
He didn't know who Silver was.
Yeah, I've only seen the first one. It has been played many times in my household. I think it's a pretty fun movie. So I'm not surprised that these other ones are that much better because that production value significantly went up. The first one was a big fucking hit. So
yeah,
cool.
To the point where they're making 4 of them, for God's sakes.
That's they're making 5. You just hadn't heard about it, motherfucker. Like, stay up on your shit. Get out of here. Anything else before we get into these other ones?
Yeah, Gladiator 2. I watched Gladiator 2, and I wasn't like super excited to watch it, because it's one of those things where it's like Gladiator was so good, like I don't really like what could a sequel bring,
right.
And but my wife wanted to watch it because Denzel Washington's in it, and black, so
Medal of Freedom winner Denzel Washington.
Yeah, Medal of Freedom winner Denzel Washington, whom Joe Biden probably thought was Obama. That's the joke. Gladiator 2 is not bad. It's not bad. It's a decent watch. Denzel Washington is playing Denzel Washington, and
that's what I want.
You either like that or you don't, right? Like he's not affecting any accent. He's Denzel Washington, and he is as charismatic as Denzel Washington always is. He's the smartest person in the room. That's all you need to know about his character.
Awesome.
And I can't remember I can't remember. I won't go into the details of it, but this Gladiator looks a little too clean, a little too polished.
Okay.
Just with like advancements in technology, it looks like these guys are playing like swords and sandals, whereas the old Gladiator had like a grittiness to it that I think is kind of lost with this update. But it wasn't bad. It was worth a watch.
Coliseum scenes.
They are violent enough for my wife to be like,
all right, you nailed it for me. That's what I want. That's what I want.
So they were pretty good. They were few and far between, but they were pretty good.
There's only like 3 in the original, as I think about it.
Yeah. There's not a lot, but they're there, and they are good. It's one of those things where it's like, this didn't need to be made, but I'm not mad that it was made.
Okay. That's
like,
fair.
we're not going to be talking about Gladiator 2 20 years from now. You know what I mean?
But also not in any direction, right? Like that was the worst piece of shit, or this was amazing follow up or whatever.
Right. Like this just crapped all over the legacy of the original Gladiator. No, it's not. But at the same time, like, when you say Gladiator, you're gonna think of Russell Crowe.
All right, that's fair.
Whoever this guy. I don't even know this guy's name.
Don't even matter. Doesn't even matter. It really does.
He looked like Gerard Butler's son.
Paul Mescal. How was Pedro Pascal, by the way? How was he in this?
He was okay. He's a little subdued. He plays this general who kind of has to do things for the good of the country, but doesn't necessarily want to do things because of who is telling them what to do.
Okay.
And he's okay. He's not really, he's kind of like, I won't say phoning it in, but I've seen better performances from him in what I think he's trying to do here. Right.
Okay.
Like the reluctant, like a reluctant actor, like person that has to do something. Like he did a way better job in The Last of Us as that type of character than he did in this. But he's all right.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay. Look, my favorite movie of the year. Heretic.
Fucking ridiculous.
I loved it.
It was awesome. A rip-roaring good time. Quote, Jay's quote on the back of the box.
A fun watch.
The most
what
fun
a
I
fun
had in
ride.
2024.
Yeah. Does he? For me, it doesn't get much better than this. If you don't know, Heretic is about an atheist who tortures two religious people, and fun ensues. Look, I thought it was very good. In all seriousness, I thought Hugh Grant was really good as the villain in this. Apparently, he's kind of a villain in real life, so like he's just kind of standing in his own truth, which is good for him, I guess, and not for everybody around him. The two young women in this movie, I thought actually did a pretty good job. Like I thought the one who was kind of the dumb one at first, I was like, all right, like what's going on with this acting? Then I realized like, oh no, you're purposely dumb. Like, okay, got it. So yes, Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East. I thought they both did a really good job. This is written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods. I don't really know any of their other work. But they did A Quiet Place Day One, which I never saw.
Boy, if you'd have told me that before I watched this, I wouldn't have watched it.
And then A Quiet Place Part 2. And the first one. Yeah, they did the screenplay for the first one as well. Okay.
They wrote it, yeah.
So, yeah, but I thought Heretic was good. It's a nice sort of, as it's described as a psychological horror cat and mouse kind of thing. I thought it was good. I actually had a really good time with it, and I like the ending. Like I actually really like the ending.
Such a weird thing to say.
What? You didn't have fun.
Great time. No,
I was on the edge of my seat. I was.
No, I liked it. Yeah, Hugh Grant was great. Yeah, he was basically torturing two Mormons, and just kind of questioning, like making them question. Well, he was having them question their faith, but like the one that that was like super religious, like at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I understand what you're doing, but I still believe,
Yeah, I liked. That's what I liked about the ending, right? Like it wasn't this like one thing is right, like it was like
in your mind one thing is right.
Well, it's not in my mind. It's based on science and reality. But like that's irrelevant.
Yeah. My favorite part of the movie was the fact that the atheist was a psycho.
Right. Look, I can understand why rational thought feels psychotic to you people, but for me, I thought he was making a lot of great points.
Making a lot of great points.
Like no, he did, like legitimately was. But it was hilarious because I messaged Brad. I was like, Brad, you got to watch this movie Heretic. This is the best movie I've ever seen. And I was like 30 minutes into it or whatever. And I was like, he's torturing them with board games, Brad. This is perfect for you. Like it's got everything you want. Yeah, no, it was good. Like I like this sort of the back and forth of him calling out the sort of the philosophies of religion and them kind of pushing back on it and like basically calling this guy like a bullshit artist, which he was as well. So yeah, I dug it. I thought that was cool. So that's a good, to me, that's a good psychological horror. I really dug it. And he was a creep.
This the best parts of this movie, you say horror movie, but when one says horror movie, they have certain thoughts, but the best parts of this movie were just the back and forth, the dialogue between the exchange of ideas, right? Well, it was more of a one-way exchange for the most part. Like it was like, yeah, but this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, and these are all of the reasons why. And then he gets hit with, yeah, but
God,
the book said it.
Right.
Exactly. But somebody wrote it down though. So.
Nigga, he yelled into a hat. What was I supposed to do? Most insane I've ever heard. Yeah. But yeah, I really like the sort of quote unquote back and forth parts. Like those are really fun. They're fun for me.
It was weird seeing Topher Grace just be there.
Nigga, I did not realize that was him at first. I was like,
what is he doing here? He didn't say anything. Yeah, like three lines.
When he showed up the first time, I was like, that guy looks familiar. And he showed up, I was like, is that Topher Grace? I paused the movie and like looked at it. I was like, oh shit, it is him. Like it was real. Like for some reason, it didn't register to me that was his face. It was very weird.
I didn't click for me until I saw the credits, and then I had to go back.
Damn. I looked at him.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him.
I'm watching him like, why the fuck is he in here? He doesn't do anything. And then like he wasn't
coated in goo trying to stop Tobey Maguire. So of course I didn't recognize.
Oh my God. God, please kill Peter Parker. Please kill Spider-Man. That was a terrible casting. Yeah, obviously he does. So yeah, Heretic was good. That was a good time. I thoroughly had fun with that. Let's take a quick break. I did. All right, Micah, take it away.
Sony executive who oversaw Marvel movies like Madam Web and Morbius is leaving the studio. The Hollywood Reporter has revealed that Palak Patel, who oversaw Sony Pictures, one of your people, who oversaw
this is an HB.
Pictures.
This is an H1B.
I was about to say that. I was literally about to say that.
Get him out of here.
Palak Patel is leaving the studio. He has been named Chief Content Officer for Prime Focus Studios, the finance and production arm of visual effects company DNEG. It's unclear whether his involvement with the series of movies that were critical and commercial disappointments has in any way contributed to his leaving Sony. You know what? Who knows, right? like the way that company, the way that studio is run, they probably were trying to offer him a promotion, and he was like, yo, I'm trying to sabotage you guys. And it's just like, yo, this is not fun for me. I'm supposed to be like making you guys feel bad, and you keep promoting me. I'm leaving. This is not fun.
He's failing upward. I mean, look,
right.
Avi Arad has been riding the coattails of that original fucking 2000 Spider-Man movie money for fucking almost 3 decades. Damn near. We're coming up on damn near 3. And he just keeps riding the coattails of that shit. So
what has he done since Spider-Man 2? That was
the Miles Morales movies. That's it. That's it.
Not him.
Yeah.
No, I refuse to give him credit for that.
He probably does. Yeah, he probably doesn't care to give that much input on those movies.
He's probably not asked.
Yeah, well, if he's footing a bill, right? He's probably like you, Jay, and doesn't respect animation.
Well, I mean, in fairness to him, I get it. Like, we're telling medium. I mean, let's look at the credits for Mr. Arad. It ain't looking too fucking hot. Okay. He produced, let's see, Kraven, Venom: The Last Dance, Borderlands. He is a consulting producer on X-Men 97. Knock it off. They don't mean anything. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Consulting producer. Jesus. Come on, man.
Morbius, Uncharted. Spider-Man No Way Home. He's an executive producer. That doesn't mean anything.
He just put his name on it.
That's it. What does PGA mean, by the way? Anybody know?
Producers Guild of America.
Okay. All right.
No. Okay.
All right. That sounds like another just rubber stamp.
It's basically the producers union, just like the DGA or the Writers Guild, and you need to be a part of it. That's all.
No, yeah, but I'm just confused because he's just labeled as the producer for Borderlands and not PGA. That's what I was trying to figure out the difference. All right, Venom: Let There Be Carnage, Spider-Man: Far From Home, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Okay, and then before that, Tarzan and Jane, the TV series. Obviously Venom, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Ghost in the Shell, Pac-Man and His Ghostly Adventures, Kong, King of Apes, the TV series, Airbound, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 deleted scenes.
Any of this is.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Cody the Robo-Sapien, The Amazing Spider-Man deleted scenes, The Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, Robo-Sapien. That's not acceptable. Fantastic Four, The World's Greatest Heroes TV series, X-Men's Origin Wolverine, Iron Man Armored Adventures, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, Doctor Strange. That's the 2007 cartoon, by the way. Bratz, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, Spider-Man 3, The Killing Floor, Ghost Rider, The Invincible Iron Man, which is a cartoon, Blade, the TV series.
Sticky fingers.
That is correct. Ultimate Avengers 2, the fucking cartoon. X-Men Last Stand. Ultimate Avengers, the movie. Fantastic Four, that's the 2005 Tim Story one. Man-Thing from 2005. Elektra, Blade Trinity. Nothing. Mutant X, the TV show. Nothing. This dude has done nothing. He's rode the coattails of like the X-Men shit as an executive producer. He has done absolutely fuck all. He's done nothing.
Nothing hyper successful. Like he's done a lot.
Spider-Man.
Like
just
nothing
Spider-Man.
hyper successful.
Right. Yeah, he was a producer on all those shitty comic book movies before they got like brought back under Marvel, Ghost Rider, and all that other shit. Yeah, he's done nothing of any level of quality except for being a producer on the X-Men movies, which he had nothing to do with really, and the Spider-Man movies. That's it. So why is that guy still there? It's just because of Spider-Man. That's it.
So is this the dude that said that these movies aren't bad? They just got crucified by the press?
I don't know.
The guy that said that shit?
I don't think it was him who said that.
I don't think it was him.
Okay.
He's just the guy. This guy who left has been the kind of the point man on all these movies, including, to his credit, the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, which basically meant he was the first person to go to when you needed a coffee from the Sony side.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a money man. Like, he's a money man. He doesn't have any vision of anything. He fucked Andrew Garfield over, basically, in those Spider-Man movies, right? Like, no, I don't know why anybody gives that guy credit for fucking jack shit. I really don't. They shouldn't. He sucks. And proving that when given their own universe of Spider-Man movies, they can't get it together. Like, he gave it to this guy, and he fucking fucked it up. Because he kept making villain movies as if anyone cared. So yeah, that's why I put that story over there. I'm glad you clicked on it.
The other guy's name
Tony
is
Vinciquera. Okay.
Yeah.
All
this
right,
guy, his rationale.
They weren't bad films.
Madam Web underperformed in theaters because the press crucified it. It was not a bad film, and it did great on Netflix. Like, yo,
that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, nigga, people love watching car crashes. Like, that's not a good fucking argument.
Yeah, that they didn't have to pay for.
Right.
How bad was it really?
You know what else is hitting like gangbusters on Netflix? Love Is Blind and crap like that. You know,
people watch anything if it's free. They'll watch anything if it's free. Like, I mean, I won't.
Did either of you watch fucking Madam Web?
Again,
no.
I refuse.
No.
Yeah, that's one of the fucking worst movies. Look, Morbius and Madam Web, a lot of people are like, they're neck and neck. I don't know, man. I don't see how they can say those are neck and neck. Yo, Madam Web is fucking awful. Morbius is terrible also.
I watched 30 minutes of Morbius and I was like, I got it. Like, I got it. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Like, I get it. This is fucking trash. Madam Web, I want to say I could watch it. I don't think that I can. Because I don't
know if you'd be able to finish it.
No, I know I can't. I know for a fact I couldn't. There's so many other things on TV that are better than that I'm not going to waste what I assume is 2 hours of my time watching one of the worst actresses in Hollywood right now. Wasn't she in 50 Shades of Grey or whatever? I'm not watching that shit. No thanks.
Something like
no,
that.
I'm good.
I think I asked her a couple weeks back, is she a good actress? In one episode, I asked, is she actually a good actress? Because I haven't seen anything that she's been good in.
What's her name? Isn't she like somebody's kid?
It's Don Johnson's kid.
Don Johnson's kid, yeah.
Dakota Johnson?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like
that's it. I always get her and Zoe
Dakota
Deschanel confused.
Zoe Deschanel is like
I get her and Dakota Fanning mixed up because they got their names are Dakota.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, all y'all look alike.
I mean, I'm looking at them. I can't tell who's who.
I know that Elle Fanning doesn't look like Dakota Johnson. That's all I got for you, and that's only because their hair color is different. This is the best I can do for you. All right. Next up, Micah.
All right, next up, noted cannibal is set for a lead role in noted hacks vigilante thriller The Dark Knight. Armie Hammer's comeback is picking up steam.
It is.
Is it?
after nabbing the coveted starring role in Uwe Boll's latest film, The Dark Knight. Hammer is set to play the crime-fighting titular character in the vigilante thriller, which is scheduled to be sued by Warner. Which is scheduled to be in principal photography in Croatia on January 27th.
Christ.
The Caucasian people leader who saw his career come to a halt in 2021 following allegations of sexual misconduct involving eating and not in the good way, recently returned to work in Travis Mills' forthcoming Western Frontier Crucible. Ugh, that sounds like that sounds like a Daily Wire production if I've ever heard of it.
That's what I was thinking of when I saw that. Oh, man.
Which also stars Thomas Jane and William H. Macy.
With a fucking trailer voiceover by what's that guy's what's that fucking douchebag right-wing doctor psychologist? What the fuck is his name?
Oh, I know you. The one that's crying all the time.
Yeah. What is it? Oh fuck. What is his name?
Peterson.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Jordan Peterson.
Peters.
Yeah. Oh, you got to get on the Frontier Crucible. That sucks. If you think Jordan Peterson is smart, you're dumb as fuck. Anyway.
In The Dark Knight, based on an original script by Uwe Boll, Hammer plays Sanders, who takes justice into his own hands as he sets out to hunt down criminals, while his crusade transforms him into a social media sensation and a hero in the eyes of the public. The local police chief sees him as a menace to society and aims to take him down. Quote, the story of The Dark Knight couldn't be a more current topic, and I'm excited to bring it to life with this excellent cast, says Boll, whose recent films include the crime drama First Shift and the forthcoming migrant crisis thriller Run.
Nigga, why didn't you just call it Make a Run for the Border? Like, you fucking asshole. Jesus. I guarantee you all of these movies are terrible. I'm trying to think, have I ever made it through a Uwe Boll movie? I don't think so.
I have not. I can tell you.
I tried to start
unequivocally that I have not.
No, I didn't watch. I didn't bother with Postal. What was the one that was based on the video game starring Christian Slater? It's like
God, Pitch Black or not Pitch Black?
Like that.
Damn.
It's considered one of the worst movies of all time.
That's not Are You Afraid of the Dark. It's I actually liked the remake. That was wasn't a very good game. But I actually enjoyed it for what it was. The fuck is the name of it?
Yeah,
I don't. They just did another one. They just did another one.
Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the Dark.
There you go. Alone in the Dark. I tried to watch some of that, and
I tried to do House of the Dead. Didn't finish it. Nah.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
Yeah.
He did a Holocaust at one point, and that was people apparently didn't care for it. They thought it might have been a little bit.
He did Blood Rain.
Yeah.
House of the Dead, Far Cry, really?
Yeah, remember he had a stint where he would just nab up video game properties, and just crank out movies.
Auschwitz, is this the movie?
Nope, no thanks.
Okay, a movie about the Holocaust from that nigga. Okay.
No,
that doesn't sound like a good idea at all.
No. Yeah, I think he plays like like a Nazi guard at one point in the movie. I was like, I'm good.
Oh, he's in it?
I think so. Yeah, I believe so. Didn't he do Blubberella as well? Like a big fat woman who kills Nazis. Like I think that's a part of his filmography as well.
Blubberella?
Yeah, I'm not making
make that shit up.
I'm not I swear to God, I'm not making it up. Like don't do that. Like
I don't know, man. Oh, all right, okay, all right. Yeah, all right.
I've never heard of that before.
I have verified that Blubberella.
I'm just saying,
exists.
like I didn't make this shit up. I didn't. Yeah, I'm looking at the trailer right here. Yeah, like
he plays Adolf Hitler in that movie, and he directed it. Okay,
in Blubberella.
Yeah,
Blubberella.
Yeah, that's cool.
Howard was in that movie.
Oh, yeah, she's just like a fat chick who takes down Nazis.
All right.
Moving on.
That is something. All right.
But by the way, just so we're clear, he made movies based on the fact that there was like a German financial loophole, and the German government literally closed the loophole because of him. Okay, like that's why a bunch of his movies were originally made. The dude is not.
He's just wasting our fucking money, dog. Like these movies are terrible.
Yeah, he's just there to just get money. Like they're just a money making scheme. Yeah, he's a terrible director. The only reason why I put this up on the docket, quite honestly, is not because of a fucking announcement of a Uwe Boll movie. Get the fuck out of here. It is funny because it's definitely getting sued by Warner Brothers. But the other reason I put up that is just because here's a guy who was charged with sexual assault or there was said to be doing sexual misconduct, and he's allowed to return. So, is this going to happen for Jonathan Majors? I don't know. Is he going to have to be in a fucking Uwe Boll movie? I hope not. But Armie Hammer's career was fucking on a tear, and like he's not a bad actor at all.
He was getting ready to blow up, man. Like he had that role in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and
he was great. And
like people were like, oh, this guy could maybe be Batman one day, which is probably
why tall as shit.
Right.
I mean, that movie was basically Batman versus Superman. Like it kind of was. I mean, it was fucking Henry Cavill for God's sake. Right. Yeah, like, and then rumors came out that dude was like kind of a cannibal, which was a little bit weird.
It's fucking weird, man. Like you don't make that shit up. You know? He did.
That's a weird charge, man. It's a weird charge.
That's hyper specific, That's hyper specific. Like, you can't just be like, nah.
Armie Hammer reflects on cannibal scandal. Subconsciously, I wanted to get caught. Nigga, why are you saying this? Like that's this is from January 2nd of this year.
Damn, that was 5 days ago. God damn. Okay. At least, all right. Well, okay. You owned up to it.
Oh, he was on Tom Segura's podcast. That's probably why he's saying this shit. He said, during the interview, Hammer claimed that the timing of the scandal made it seem more consequential than it was. Excuse me. The world seemed like it was a big deal. Yeah, why are y'all worried about me? The world seemed like it was falling apart, and people were just deeply unhappy with their own lives. And then this salacious story comes around where this actor wants to murder and eat people, and all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, this is so much more fun to focus on that since I can't leave my living room. And then stories kept coming out and kept coming out and kept coming out.
That's not the pandemic on his cannibalism.
Yeah, my nigga, that's not really a denial.
You're claiming COVID of eating niggas. Like, is that one of the side effects?
I was home. Like, what you want me to do?
What are you talking about? I was in the house. I got COVID, and it made me want to eat human flesh. Well, he was just biting people, right? So what the fuck was he doing?
Nigga, I have no idea. He was like, yo, I got the sourdough starter. I got this going, and I needed something to fucking put in the bread. Like, not a big deal. I like the idea that you're so completely mine. Ugh, this guy's a fucking creep. You know what? Stay in Uwe Boll movies. We don't need you back out in society. Jonathan Majors never tried to eat anybody. Like, I'll give him that. So, all right. Next up, Golden Globes.
The Golden Globes were this past weekend, and Nikki Glaser Look, to be fair, I didn't know until like the day of. I'm slipping. Nikki Glazer was the host. She did a pretty decent job. I don't think you guys would think she was funny for different reasons.
I saw.
Who was Nikki Glazer? Is that the one that be talking about fucking sex all the time? Or is that a different one?
It's literally every female comedian. That's literally you're gonna have to narrow it down.
I didn't say that. Like Michael said it.
It's a lot.
Is it not her?
Yeah, no, she's in that.
Yeah, she does.
There's one specifically that's literally that's her entire shtick.
I think that's Nikki.
Is it her?
Yeah, I think if it's not, what's the other one? The
I don't know. All white women. I don't
know. The Blubberella
blonde one. No.
What's her name, yo? I can't remember her name.
Who are you talking about?
Amy Schumer?
Yes, that's it. Amy Schumer. Like, if it's not
Amy Schumer, fucking sucks.
She's not funny either. No.
She's not funny.
But I knew you know what?
Yeah, you knew who I was talking about. I said that name and you knew exactly who I was talking about. So
that's fucked up.
But that's not who I'm talking about. I know who Amy Schumer is. Nikki Glazer is the one she's always talking about a pussy, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. Okay, so she's not funny.
Literally all of them. I thought she did a pretty I thought she did a pretty good job hosting. I feel like she could get away with some of the jokes. One, because of the Golden Globes and they plow you with liquor. At the Golden Globes.
Plow you with liquor?
They no. They take a bottle and they shove it right where.
Micah is such a fucking sober fucking dork.
Wait, what?
It just beat you over the fucking head, apparently, according to me.
They plow you with liquor. I've never heard that before. That's the first.
That's pretty good. I did not catch it. Hilarious.
Right.
Continue the plowing, Michael.
Okay. The plowing with liquor. Continue. Go ahead. So they're all drunk. Gotcha.
Right,
yeah.
They don't do that at the Oscars. Like. They don't give out.
They just butt chugged a bunch of liquor. Continue. I don't know what the hell going on.
I don't think over there. I don't think they do at the Oscars, which is why everybody is,
so
kind of
uptight.
Uppity. Yeah, everybody's very uptight. Whereas, people get on stage, they get hyper emotional, right? Like Zoe Saldana won Best Performance by an actor in a supporting role for a movie, and she got up there and started crying, right? Adrian Brody won for Best Actor Drama.
Brutalist.
And he got up there for the Brutalist. Yeah, he started crying. I want to watch that movie, but I got to carve out 3.5 hours to watch it.
You tell me how
yeah, that's a lot.
I don't even know what it's about.
My wife keeps saying, I want to watch The Whale. And I'm like, I don't want to watch The Whale.
No, she doesn't. Have you watched The Whale? Have any of you watched The Whale?
No.
Have I told you what my thoughts are on The Whale? Then no, I've not seen it.
I don't even know what The Whale is. Given Jay's the look on his face, I can kind of deduce that it is the sequel to Blubberella. Am I close?
I would just like to say for the record, in 2025, the year of our Lord, I didn't say anything. After watching Heretic, I am converted. I am delivered.
Now The Whale, I don't know.
I heard
what kind of movies does your wife like? His performance was very good. I will give Brendan Fraser credit.
And that's what I've heard.
The Brendan Fraser movie? Oh, I kind of want to see that.
Yeah. I think it's on it's on Max or Netflix or one of those.
Probably on everything at this point. It's good. It's a good movie, but
yeah, it's like No, my wife likes. I mean, she likes very serious movies. But like, and I'm sure she'll enjoy it. I'm sure I would enjoy it. I just don't really. I'm not really up for watching someone go through that, and it's like a very sad fucking situation. Like I know it's heartfelt, and I guess does he make it? Like, does he die? I don't know. I don't honestly don't know the end of it.
Oh, I was about that. Oh, you asking me? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look,
I've seen it. It's good.
I have not seen any clips of him not in a fat suit, so I'm going to imagine that he probably doesn't make it, right? Which is how science works. But I heard his performance was great. I heard it was great. But yeah, that movie is probably really sad. And I don't mind a sad movie. I just am not in the zone for that at present date. So we'll see.
Speaking of good performances, performance by an actress in a television series comedy went to Gene Smart for Hacks. Kind of want to watch that. My wife says it's really good.
I heard it was
but
good.
Our interests, fluctuate. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role, motion picture, Kieran Culkin for Real Pain. I'll probably watch that this week.
Yeah.
That is.
That's the one with him and Jesse Eisenberg, right?
Yeah. Best performance by an actor in a television series drama went to Hiroyuki Sanada for Shogun. Basically everything that Shogun was in won, including supporting actor. Supporting actress went to the woman from Baby Reindeer. Jeremy Allen White won for The Bear.
That's his third. That's his third in a row. They said that's like pretty fucking rare. So good for him.
Best screenplay motion picture went to Conclave. Best performance in a stand-up went to Ali Wong.
I haven't watched that one yet.
What stand-ups have come out that came out last year?
Ali Wong.
Well, you said you saw her stand up in like live, right?
Yeah, I saw it live and on Netflix. I always like to do that, just to compare the two, just to see what. And she does not. She has a tight set. She has a tight set. Doesn't deviate from it at all. Right. I've seen Chris Rock a couple of times. Bits kind of fluctuate here and there, like they're still working it out. But she has perfected her 60 minutes.
I heard the new Ronnie Chang one is really good. I haven't had a chance to watch it.
I haven't watched that yet. The ones that were nominated for best stand-up were Ali Wong's Single Lady, which was the winner. Jamie Foxx, What Had Happened which wasn't really a stand-up. It was more of a it was more of a TED Talk. Nikki Glaser, Someday You'll Die. I don't know. Seth Meyers, Dad Man Walking. Seth Meyers is hilarious, man. Seth Meyers is really funny. Adam Sandler. I don't think Adam Sandler's funny. I don't think he's funny. I don't find.
I've seen one of the stand-ups. I didn't laugh at his stand-up.
He's not a stand-up comedian for my taste.
Yeah. And Rami Youssef for More Feelings.
I haven't seen that one. I've only seen two of those. I can already tell you, probably wouldn't find Nick Glaser funny because clearly I'm not a fan. So it would have been between Dead Man Walking and Ali Wong. Which you've seen both. Which one do you think was better?
At this point in my life, I can relate to Dead Man Walking. But right. Ali Wong, Single Lady was really funny, man. Like it's I
need to watch that.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's like if it's more of that, like she's a female comedian, so of course like she's gonna talk about a pussy and shit. But
she's funny when she does it.
She's funny, right? She's funny doing it.
God damn.
Right, she's funny doing it.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you can't just be like vagina and then just expect like tell a joke, yo. So yeah, between those two, I'd probably give it to Ali Wong, but like kind of want to have sex with Ali Wong, and I don't really want to have sex with Seth Meyers, so tiebreaker goes to Ali Wong. I don't know
fair enough.
At least you're honest.
Colin Farrell won.
Of course he did.
Won.
The fuck?
And yeah. I thought Richard Gadd from Baby Reindeer was going to take it, to be quite honest with you, but Colin Farrell won.
Those are both really good, but like recency bias is a thing, right? I mean, I'm not saying Colin Farrell didn't absolutely deserve it, but
of course,
Baby Reindeer,
recency bias Recency bias very much is a thing. Best performance by an actress in a limited series, anthology, or motion picture went to Jodie Foster for True Detective Night Country.
Nigga, what the fuck?
What else was in the running?
What was she up against? Nobody?
Kate Blanchett, for disclaimer, my wife said that show was very good. Kristen Milioti for The Penguin.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. She beat her? Come on, dude. Look, that's DEI bullshit. Yo, Jodie's been around for a while and she's fucking, and the other one is young. She's got plenty. Nah, yo. No. And look, I thought she was great in that country, but get the fuck out of here. No.
Sofia Vergara in Griselda. Naomi Watts.
I watched Griselda.
You said it was pretty good.
I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't the best thing in the world. Look, nigga, I would give it to Sofia Vergara before I give it to Jodie Foster. I'm sorry.
And lastly,
wow. Look, I'm offended that the woman from fucking The Penguin didn't beat her. That's bullshit. And
lastly, a little known actress. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. Her name is Kate Winslet for The Regime. She lost out to Jodie Foster.
Look, Kate Winslet should have won it over Jodie Foster if it's out of the two of them. Just because I would rather have sex with Kate Winslet. I was being honest. I find her to be a very attractive woman. Yeah, no, but in all seriousness, I'm really mad about that. Jodie Foster should not have won. That's fucking bullshit.
I agree with that one. I mean, it was fine.
It's a fine performance.
The movie, that show is fine, but like, no. Anyway,
performance. It's always funny to me what the Golden Globes categorizes in their weird categories. Yeah, it's best performance by an actress in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Demi Moore for that hilarious movie, The Substance.
Nigga,
where people were like, "Hey, if you watch it, you might throw up." Yeah, it was a fucking comment.
My wife saw that. She was like, "Oh, maybe we could watch that." I'm like,
"Yeah, you know what? Yeah, do it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
He's like, yes, go ahead, watch it. Let's watch it.
Yeah. Why don't you have a full meal before you go sit down for it, too?"
As soon as her fucking doppelganger busts through her spine, you'd be like, "Oh, well." Okay.
It was a fun ride.
Funny. Where's the music?
Yeah. Well, I look forward to Heretic being nominated for Best Comedy next year.
Who else is okay? Amy Adams for Night Bitch, Cynthia Erivo for Wicked.
Oh, I want to see Night Bitch.
Carlos Sofia Gascon. What is this movie, Amelia Perez? Apparently, it won a lot. Zendaya for Challengers.
Okay, hold on.
I like this a lot. I do, and I'm not mad that Demi Moore won for it. Zendaya was good in Challengers, man, and apparently in Nora was very good also. So I don't know.
Amelia Perez. They did a joke about this. I'm sure you saw it, Michael, on SNL. The Colin Jost did a joke. He was like, "It's about what is it? She's a head of a cartel, like a cartel boss who transitions into being a woman, right?" And he was like, or what I asked ChatGPT when I said, "Show me something that will make my grandfather's head explode." So yeah, apparently it's very good.
So that's what that's about. Oh, yeah. I don't know what the hell that is.
I hadn't heard of it either.
Wow. Okay. So apparently, Anora was very good, and
that looked very
this
good.
woman, Mickey Madison, was very good in it. Yeah, man. I The Substance. Look, it's a great movie, and I think she probably won because like she was like super vulnerable in that movie. She was butt ass in that movie. For, like,
I mean, she's what, 65? I think something like that.
Demi Moore's not 65, is she?
Yo, Demi Moore.
That old
nigga. Demi Moore's had a lot of work. Okay, like Demi Moore is not a young.
No, I know she's 62. Oh, damn. Okay. Well,
yeah, nigga, she looks 40, but yeah, that's because
she said she's had a lot of work. She doesn't deny it or anything like that.
Oh no. Because her big coming out was when she was the villain in that Charlie's Angels Full Throttle movie. People were like, "Why does Demi Moore look 25? Like, what the fuck?
Why does she look younger than the fucking Charlie's Angels?" She did. No, it's a great movie. I want to see Anora. Kind of interested in seeing this Amelia Perez movie now that I know what the fuck it's about. It's kind of wild. Challengers, like you've seen Challengers, right, Micah? You saw it.
I love Challengers. I thought it was great.
Yeah, Challengers is great. Yeah. I don't know.
Cinematic,
Wicked. Yeah.
Cinematic and box office achievement. But this is basically the award that they give to movies that people have seen, right? The Wild Robot, Twisters, Inside Out 2, Gladiator 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, Beetlejuice, Alien Romulus, and the winner was Wicked. Okay.
I did see. I saw a nice article title with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande on it, and it was like "Heroin Chic is back." They both look like two fucking skeletons. They look disgusting. Stop using drugs to the point where you look like a fucking
crazy
skeleton. Or Cynthia Erivo looks horrible. She does. She looks horrible, and I don't mean like her face. It's because you're using that fucking drug and you're losing too much weight.
She looks malnourished.
Because she is.
Looks like she has eaten in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's fucking like, please stop.
Yeah, like just take care of yourself, man.
Like, look, if you need it to like lose weight, that's fine. But like, don't walk around like a goddamn skeleton.
Do the Christian Bale thing. Like, he lost weight, just put it back on after you finish with the fucking. I don't know what's going on. They look crazy. I've seen them in interviews. They look nuts. And I'm like, that doesn't look healthy. Well, what's her name is always kind of skinny. So I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah, Ariana Grande. I get that. But Cynthia Erivo was definitely not. That's him. It's fucking sad.
Best motion picture drama was The Brutalist. Best motion picture musical or comedy was Emilia Perez. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's all the major awards. Everything else is, Golden Globes are weird, man, but I do like them. For some reason, all the celebrities seem to be a little more loose at the Golden Globes.
They got plowed with liquor, like you said.
Yeah, they got plowed.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's really fucking funny.
I don't drink, guys. I don't know the terminology.
Clearly.
We're aware. Thank you. Oh, man.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't watch the Golden Globes. Like, it just seems, I don't know. Like, I have to shit that's even here I've not even heard of. Like, the hell?
Cynthia Erivo is one away from an EGOT. She's almost there.
What is it, Grammy?
No, she needs an Academy Award.
Oh, an Academy Award. Okay.
Yeah, she's got a Grammy. She's got a Grammy.
She's got a Tony?
And a Tony.
She can sing. Yeah,
she can sing.
She can sing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, she can blow. Like she can sing.
Yeah. Ben Shapiro confirmed it.
Yeah.
Nigga,
that was one of the best reviews I've ever seen. I'm like, wow, this guy really knows theater. Just do that and stop talking about politics, you fucking
like, this guy really knows theater. Does he have children?
He does.
He's married. He doesn't have sex with his wife though, unless he's.
Remember, he didn't understand that a woman is supposed to be wet when you have sex with them.
Wow.
Something is medically wrong.
Wet ass
with them.
It should be as dry as a rug.
I talked to my wife. She said, "No, it's supposed to be like sandpaper down there."
It doesn't get wet down there. It's like clearly you're doing something wrong.
Like, wow, way to tell on yourself, bro. Goodness gracious.
Right. Because again, that review for that movie, I'm like,
it's actually really good.
Who's your base again?
Right.
I'm thinking like, I feel like
he's a failed. He's a failed screenwriter.
He's a failed writer.
Yeah,
but like, there's a difference. He's seen the fucking play. I think he said he's seen the play several times. Didn't he say that? Something like that.
Curious.
Yeah. Okay. Weird. That's all I gotta say.
We'll put a pin in that one.
Right. Like, check that one off in a couple years, see what happens. It was weird because the comments were like, "Yeah, why don't you do this? Why are you such an asshole? Why did you do this?" Yeah,
no, like even I comment.
This doesn't make him money. Right. I'm like,
like, dude, this is a very thoughtful, very real, seemingly honest review. Stop talking about politics and just do fucking go to New York and do, be a critic for theater. Like, you clearly know what you're talking about. You sounded like it.
But that doesn't make the money, Jay.
I know. That's
not the grift. That's the other part. That's the other part of his life. Like, he loves show tunes. It was so wild, man. I was like, yo, this is weird to watch.
Like, you don't have to refer to it as show tunes. Yeah, that feels like wildly disrespectful.
That's just not what they call them anymore.
They do, but they don't say that anymore.
Okay.
No.
Oh shit!
All right, let's.
I need to bring it back. Show tunes is funny.
It's fucking cool. All right, next up, more in topics. This is weird. So, guys, Dexter Resurrection is a show. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it just came out. Everyone is watching it. They're not watching it. No, that's a different show. That's called Dexter
Original Sin.
Original Sin. Thank you. New Blood. One of these. Yeah, so that's Dexter Original Sin. There's another Dexter coming out, which is bringing back David Zayas, Jack Alcott, Michael C. Hall, James Remar, and all of their original characters. And production begins on the new series this month and will premiere in the summer. I don't know why this exists. Apparently, the Dexter cinematic universe is a thing that people are chomping at the bit for. They're practically gagging for it, if you will. But I don't know why. I Micah, you're a huge fan of this series.
I mean, I've seen every episode, but
that's what I
know. They peaked. They peaked at 4, and then they got that interracial porn face girl in season 5, and then it just kind of went. Just kind of went down.
That's the woman that he fucking kidnaps and puts in the house or some shit like that.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I think she was like into it and all that. Yeah,
look. Your description is offensive, but it's also very accurate. It's very accurate.
Oh, this chick from Save the Last Dance. What's her name?
Interracial porn face girl. Yeah. She looks like she's right off an interracial pass, man. Like, all right, I get it.
We all see where this is going.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a summary of what the fuck this show even is.
Look, I like the concept of Dexter, right?
Yeah,
I think it was really good. Kind of trash TV, right? It's not like, it's not something that's it's not something that's going to win awards, but like it's like one of those like primetime soap operas. You know what I mean? And it had the right amount of it had interesting characters for the first 4 seasons, and it had killing in it. And it was weird. The first season was good. The second season was like, whoa, what are we doing? Right? And the third season was
what was
like,
the second season? What was the second?
The second season was like this. Wasn't that the one with the dark-haired woman? And she was, I can't remember. I'm old. I remember the third season. The third season was like Jimmy Smits was like, "Hey, Dexter,
you want to kill somebody?"
People was like, "Nigga, what the fuck?"
Like, yo, you need to calm down, bro. Like, I only kill people that like deserve to die. This guy, right? And he's like, "Well, but I think they deserve to die, Dexter." Hey, like that's exactly what Jimmy Smits sounded like.
No, he did though.
And then season 4 was just like
John Lithgow, right?
Yeah, that's the best season.
That's the best. Trinity Killer,
that's the best season.
That is the best season. And after a great first season, a so-so second season, a silly third season, they really knocked it out of the park. They peaked at season 4, and then
season 1, wasn't that his brother or some weird shit?
Yeah. His brother was
Brian Moss.
Was like, was like I can't remember, man. It's been, when did Dexter come out? Dexter came out 20 years ago.
Like 2006, 2004.
Yeah,
a long goddamn time ago.
I mean, that first season was dark as fuck. Like, it was super fucking dark. I love the first season. I thought it was awesome. I agree. The second season, I was like, why am I still watching this? And the third season, I was like, okay, it's like fun, dumb. And then
we're silly. We're silly now. We're silly Dexter now.
And then like season 4, I was like, all right, that was great.
Because it wasn't like Jimmy Smith's like a congressman or some nonsense like that.
Nigga,
like,
it was
wasn't he like
he was the assistant district attorney in Miami.
Yeah.
I was straight up murdering people, like
right. Hey, I read this comic called Daredevil, man. He was a lawyer and he killed people. Like, Daredevil like kill people? He just kind of beat the crap out of them.
I was like, but Jimmy Smith's like
no half measures.
Like you don't talk like this. Like, why are you speaking this way? It was very weird.
Yeah, yo, he was honestly. He sounded like he was doing a George Lopez, yo. Like it just
why do you
like
sound
I'm not
like
even...
Cheech from Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, it was a weird. I was like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Yeah, so it's a continuation from Dexter New Blood. Now, did you watch that one, Micah? Like, I thought you watched a little bit of that.
I didn't watch Dexter. I didn't watch Dexter New Blood. I just watched those 8 seasons, and then I was like, all right. The New Blood was like he had a kid, and like the kid was
Harrison.
You know, yeah, and
Harrison killing people.
And Harrison had grown up. And I think Harrison was killing people. Look, don't quote me. I didn't watch it. You know, this was like 24 with the black guy. You know what I mean? Like, all right, we trying, but it's not hitting the same way.
I tried to get my wife to watch this, and she was like 1 or 2 episodes, and she was like, "Nah, this is not for me. I'm a little scared." I was like, "You're acting like a." You're acting like a real coward right now. Can't say bitch. That's not okay. And she was like, no, I'm not watching this. It's too much blood. I was like, come on, man. It gets fun dumb. Like, don't worry about it. She didn't make it that far.
Did Dokes ever end up living? Or
he died.
No, he died. He got
blown up. Yeah. Surprise, motherfucker.
Like,
he was the best character.
Yeah, if you told me Dokes was still alive, and then I would watch it, then yeah. Because like,
Dokes if they figured out a way to like bullshit us into believing Dokes was still around and brought him back, I would be 100% in on watching Dexter Resurrection.
I believe it because you in your later years have turned into Dokes.
That's not true.
You're bald, you're brown, you're swole. Surprise, motherfucker! Like that's you.
I need to learn how to say that in Spanish, just to scare Spanish ladies as I'm like walking around the corner. Yeah, no, that's he was my favorite character. He was everybody's favorite character. Look, when Dexter was like popular and it was like really like a really really good series, like Michael C. Hall was my choice for Daredevil. I was like, it makes all the sense. He's a redhead, like just put that guy in that role, and it never happened. And then they made more of these movies, which probably shouldn't have. So, or TV show. So, all right. Dexter Resurrection. I don't know. Because reasons. Last but certainly not least, speculation increasing on whether Robert Pattinson's Batman is going to make it into the DCU. There is real speculation. Basically, Gunn has said like it's been conversations that they've had, but they don't know, blah, blah, blah. Matt Reeves is, while working on the Batman 2, is like, yeah, there's been conversations. We got to see if it makes sense and everything else. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not against it.
Tonally, I don't see it.
Yeah, it would have to be a decent tonal shift from the first movie into the second movie for this to make sense, right? Because there's a Frankenstein. There's a guy, Eric Frankenstein lives in the DCU. He's walking around in Creature Commandos, right? Like, they have monsters and aliens and shit that already exist at the time that this universe is moving. So it's like, it'd be a bit weird. So, but also the speculation is that the Batman 2, the villain is possibly Mr. Freeze. So how do you do that? I don't know. I mean, you could explain it with science, but feel like, I mean, it is a scientific thing, but also at the same time, it's very fantastical. So I don't know.
I mean,
also, is Robert Pattinson going to stick around for like a decade being in all of these movies? That feels like,
I feel like he's not the type to want to do that, especially after them fucking Twilight movies that he did.
Right.
I don't want to do no shit like that no more.
Yeah. So I don't know that it would happen. And also, they want Batman to be older so that they can bring in Damian and all this other shit. So I don't know. That doesn't seem to make sense to me. The only way I could see it making sense is to not have Robert Pattinson, but say that this is Batman's past, right? And then you're like, this is all the shit that happened to me, and then you show him as this older, older actor, older like 40 actor in the
Isn't Robert Pattinson 40? He's close to it, it's not.
But
He's not,
whatever.
Sure?
I thought he was like maybe in his like early 30s. White people age like
he's 38.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure he's close to 40.
All right, well there you go. But like I
can
could
play older.
Yeah, he could play older, but like I could see them saying like, okay, those were his early adventures, and then just throw him into the DCU and then give him a son, like 10 years later or whatever. Like you could do that, but I think it would be a missed opportunity to like keep him this age and then not do the Damian story and all of a sudden like do some because they want to do something fun and original like that you've never seen Batman do in live action. So I mean, I would be down with it. Like I think he's a good Batman, but I agree with you. I think the tonal change would have to be pretty significant. What are your thoughts, Micah?
You going to say something, Micah?
Yeah, I don't think this needs to happen. I think one, I don't think James Gunn cares too much about canon the way nerds do, right? Because everything's canon. Yeah, if you believe it's canon, then it's canon. Whatever. Like they're not.
It's not
real,
a lie if you
right.
Believe.
Right, like he I heard him in interviews say whatever, it's whatever you want it to be canon is canon in your mind, right? So I think he's going to do his own thing. I think I think that this Matt Reeves Batman universe is going to stay separate. It's going to stay its own thing. I think, contrary to literally everything that I've seen about the general public, I think they are smart enough to compartmentalize. Yeah. This Batman is different from this other Batman. Plus, I would imagine that James Gunn's Batman will get the same type of fanfare and rollout that this Superman is getting. Right. I feel like it's going to be a real big deal. And, we'll just have 2 Batman movies out.
It's fine.
Who cares? Or maybe, I don't know when the Batman Part 2 is coming out, but there are other characters besides Batman that James Gunn can bring to the screen. Quite frankly, Batman seems kind of tame for him. He seems like a real comic book guy, right? He seems like someone that wants to bring in very esoteric characters and get them mainstream appeal. And I'll quote that one line from that Batman TV show. Fuck Batman from Titans. Like fuck Batman. Like we got enough Batman for God's sakes.
We do.
Like
take your time.
Let's get some of these other characters some shine. And then let Batman be, because Batman's the Final Fantasy VII of this, whole thing.
The best.
You know what I mean? You can pull that out whenever you need a real big payday, right? And everyone's going to go see it. So let's have fun, let's experiment, and let's make some new heroes. Let's make some new stars.
I agree. Look, we don't have that many stories, and that was the last one. So I saw a story that I wanted to get your thoughts on. So 5 options. This is 5 recommendations for playing Darkseid in the DCU. These 5 actors. I just want to hear your thoughts. Javier Bardem.
It's going to be
Darkseid is
makeup, right?
Darkseid
is okay.
So
basically Thanos.
Yeah. So think voice.
Well, Thanos is Darkseid.
Yeah, Thanos
Darkseid
was
first.
Whatever.
Whichever nerd.
I know. I know.
So just think sort of.
They're all the same to me.
I mean, they can. Thing about like kind of voice and things like that, right? Javier Bardem.
Good.
Javier Bardem.
Choice.
Clancy Brown. It's a pretty good choice.
I think his voice is too
old man now.
It's too recognizable. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So Javier Bardem, I guess, but
yeah. Vincent D'Onofrio.
No.
Ray Porter. Ray Porter is the guy who played Darkseid in the Zack Snyder one. All right, next. This one I think is actually pretty good. Christopher Judge.
Yeah, I was about to say, how come ain't no brothers
win an award?
How come ain't no brothers on the wall?
Ain't no brothers on the wall.
Well, you get your own place. You can put your brothers on the wall. All right, we're gonna burn your house, or you're gonna burn your business down. Sal.
Yeah, that works. Christopher Judge works. I can see that.
Like. I mean, that voice is pretty fucking.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Darkseid.
I mean, he kind of.
Not that much makake is required. Just keep it real.
Yeah.
Being honest.
Yeah. I'm remembering him from his Babylon 5 days. Yeah. He
was it Babylon 5? That wasn't Babylon 5.
Whatever.
It was another.
No, you're thinking Stargate.
Yeah.
Stargate, whatever. They the same to me. They're like Zoe Deschanel and Dakota Johnson. They the same.
His head is fucking huge. Like it just is.
It's massive.
Yeah, look, Christopher Judge has got a great voice. Yeah, I would be. Part? Yeah. Big as fuck.
I just really hope he doesn't win an award.
That's what I said. It's like, don't let him win an award. That nigga will be able to go 35 minutes.
Oh, really?
He'd be like, all right, nigga, get the fuck off the stage. He won for God of War, and he was on stage for like 10 minutes giving a speech. Like, all right, nigga, it's a game. Relax.
But he's like, I'm probably never gonna be up on a stage accepting anything ever again.
Let me get my shit. He looks like, and maybe this is not right. He looks like if Rick James decided to just do all the steroids. Like they kind of have a similar, like when his hair is long. I'm like, yeah, if Rick James was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going all in. Like has he had facial surgery?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think he just looks like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's so wild. That's just he would be perfect for that role. He's fucking huge. He's already got the face for it.
Yeah, he does.
And the voice. It does. He really does. Like, not to be, I mean, he looks like he looks.
Nah, yo, that nigga looks like Rick James. Yo.
Yeah,
like,
Christopher Judge. Fuck it. Christopher Judge.
He looks like a big, swole ass Rick James. Yo. Like, yo, he does. Yo, he does. Look at that picture I sent you. That nigga looks like him. His head is fucking gigantic. Jesus Christ, it's like a fucking chrome dome. Like,
yeah, dude, you can.
If he headbutted you, that's the end of your fucking days. Like, it's over. Yeah, he really don't need the makeup. Like, I think he's good. Just fucking bring him in. No, I think Christopher Judge is actually probably the best of that list. Honestly, that would work for me.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of Darkseid right now. I know what Darkseid looks like, but I'm actually looking at pictures of Darkseid. Take a look at pictures of Darkseid and put them side by side with Christopher Judge. That's like the only choice to me at this point.
I mean,
like, look, like,
he does, he does. What was that cartoon?
Oh man,
what was that cartoon that fucking Darkseid looked like? It was like a claymation cartoon. It's like the Petersons or some shit like that. They had like the crackhead neighbor or some shit.
The PJs? What?
Yeah, the PJs. He looks like
Petersons.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. Yeah, he looks like
the Jordan Petersons. You guys remember that Canadian claymation show?
That's
the Jordan Petersons.
Look, people would watch that shit. He looks like the crackhead. Like he does. He looks like the
Darkseid or Christopher Judge.
Good night, everybody. I'm just fucking around. All right, that is it for us. We are back for 2025. We will be more obnoxious than we were last year. All right, later, guys.
See you.
Take it easy.